guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Karla, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to make some delicious and easy sugar cookies, perfect for the upcoming holidays or for any occasion you may have. If you're new, please subscribe and don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. So let's get started. The ingredients for the sugar cookies are 2 cups of granulated sugar, 6 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 large eggs, and 4 sticks of unsalted butter at room temperature. So I like to sift my flour, so I'm going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to do the 6 cups of flour, and I basically just put it in a bowl and just sift it. There's 1 cup, there's 2 cups, three, 4. I'm gonna give it a little shake. We need 2 more. Let me move the flour out of the way, that way you guys can see. Remember, we need 2 more. Ah, it's coming on my side. It's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and do the 2 more before I forget. That way I have 6 cups of flour. There's the 5. Hold on, I need a little more. And there's the 6. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sift this again, and I'll move on to the next step. So I'm done sifting my flour. I'm gonna go ahead and start now with the 2 cups of sugar. There's 1. And here's 2. This is the paddle that I like to use for my cookies. You can use this one, or if you have a different paddle one, whichever one works for you, but this is the one that I prefer. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in the 4 sticks of unsalted butter as well. Here's 1. Remember, it has to be at room temperature. That way you can mix it easier. Here's 3. Oh, it's getting all over my fingers. Look at that. I have buttery fingers. And the last one. I just take these out of the refrigerator a couple hours before I know I'm going to do my cookies. Just set them on the countertop, and that way they become room temperature and they're ready when you need them. I'm going to add my teaspoon of salt into the sugar and the butter, and I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to turn it on low speed. That way it starts to mix together. You guys will be able to see this. So I'm just going to give it a little mix. Once you've mixed your butter, salt, and sugar, now it's time to do the 2 eggs. 1, 2. And now I'm going to do my tablespoon of vanilla. Now I'm going to turn my mixer on a low speed to go ahead and mix the eggs and the vanilla. It's going to start to look like a little lumpy, but that's fine. And if you need to scrape down the sides as well, that's fine as well. I normally like to scrape down the sides. That way I know everything's mixed together. Do this, make sure all the ingredients are mixing nicely, and then turn it on again. And now I'm going to add my 6 cups of flour. I don't like to just throw it all in there. I like to add it in little by little, so I'm going to put my mixer on a low speed and just start pouring my flour the dough is ready. If you can leave like basically your fingerprint on there and it won't stick, that's when you know that your dough is ready. You'll have a nice clean bowl, so it's time to get it out. Once my dough is ready, I preheat my oven to 325 degrees. Then I'm gonna start to roll out my dough. For that, I like to use parchment paper. That way, the dough doesn't stick to my rolling pin. So I have my parchment paper here. And let me go ahead and get my rolling thing. I'm gonna take about half of my dough and kind of make like a ball shape in a way. Put it on my parchment paper. That way it doesn't stick to my rolling pin. Grab my other piece of parchment paper. And this is the rolling pin that I like to use. That way I know that my cookies are nice and even because of these on the side. Now, normally people like to cut out their dough at 3/8. For me, they're a little bit too thick. I like to roll mine out at 1/4, which is this red one. So I'm just gonna place it on here. Everyone has a different preference. Some like them thicker, some like them thinner, some like them a little bit more brown, some like them chewy, so it's just your preference. So I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling out my dough on my parchment paper. I like to use parchment paper. Some people use flour. I don't like to use flour. I think that with flour your cookies can spread. And with this recipe, I find there is minimal spreading or no spreading at all. So this is one of the reasons also that I like to use the parchment paper. Now that my dough is nicely rolled out, it's time to cut out the shapes. I'm going to make gingerbread man and snowflakes for today. Since Christmas is right around the corner, I want to start doing my Christmas ones, and I'm sure my kids are gonna be super happy. They love to make cookies, which I sent them upstairs for this video, but I'm sure one of my videos you guys will see them. They like to pop in here and there, and so does my husband. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with my snowflakes. I just push down, give it a little wiggle, and continue with my shapes. Now I'm gonna go ahead and lift up my parchment paper so I can put my snowflakes on these silicone mats that I bought, which I actually love. I used to use parchment paper, but if you guys wanna use parchment paper, you guys can use parchment paper or these silicone mats, whichever one, both will work. Now, I don't like to place them so closely just in case there is a little bit of spread, but with these cookies, there's hardly any spread, like I said, but just in case, I don't like to place them that close together. If it's hard for you to pick up the cookies, you can actually use one of these as well. These will kind of help you pick them up, but I just use my fingers, but that's another tip for you guys if you guys want to do that. Now that I have them placed on my pan, in the oven they go. I bake mine between 10 to 12 minutes. It all depends how you guys like them. But here they go. Turn my oven light on. You guys can see them inside. 5 minutes have gone by, so we're halfway there, and I can already smell these delicious sugar cookies. I can't wait for them to come out of the oven, cool down, and eat some. My sugar cookies are all done, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the oven and just place them up here so they can cool for a little bit. See how there's minimal spreading? I'm just gonna let them cool here. I don't like mine so chewy. I like mine just a little bit golden brown. It's hard to see the golden brown here, but trust me, there's a little bit of the golden brown in there. That's the way I like to eat mine. That's why I leave mine in for approximately, I said 10 to 12 minutes, but I like mine more at a 12, maybe even sometimes 13 minutes. So it all depends on your oven too. Mine's, I'd say a pretty good oven, so I usually tend to always pull them out at the same time.
A few minutes later.
And this is how my sugar cookies turned out. They smell delicious, and trust me, they taste delicious as well. I'm sure you guys are gonna love them, your family, friends, whomever you guys are making cookies for, I'm sure they're gonna love them as well. And if you wanna just eat them like this or decorate them, because I love to decorate them, my kids like to decorate them, stay tuned for my next video. I will be decorating sugar cookies. And also, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.